पुराने हिंदी पिक्चरों में हमेशा एक विलन होता था. Whether it was Ajit or Ranjit or Shetty or Amrish Puri, the list was endless. In today's world, there's a teeny-weeny villain. He fits in a pocket. This is the lithium-ion battery. Batteries of this size get into a huge battery pack, and this powers a modern-day electric two-wheeler. Of late, electric vehicles have been catching fire. So what's the reason? What happens when there is a fire? What can you do? And how can you prevent one? So watch this video for all the answers. This is the Motown India show, and my name is Roy P. Tharian. In the recent past, there have been several incidents of electric two-wheelers burning up. There is this case of Okinawa Autotech scooters burning up. Two of them, in fact, burned up. And in one of the incidents, a father and a daughter were killed. Then there are cases involving Ola Electric, Pure EV, and even Jitendra EV. The latter saw at least 20 electric two-wheelers burning up in a truck. These scooters were to be transported to the respective dealerships. When someone dies or if property is damaged as a result of a fire, no one really takes the blame for it. If the fire is small, we can kind of douse it. But if the fire is big and unmanageable, it becomes a little tricky. We're going to tell you how to handle a fire. But before that, let me tell you a few other things. There are broadly two types of electric two-wheelers. One, where you can take out the lithium-ion battery for charging anywhere, and two, where the batteries cannot be taken out at all and the e-scooter has to be taken near a charging outlet to be charged. E-scooters with non-detachable batteries include the Bajaj Chetak Electric, TVS iQube, and the Ola scooter and the Ather electric scooter. There are several electric two-wheelers with detachable or removable batteries. These include the Revolt RV400 bike, e-scooters from Okinawa, Pure EV, Ampere, Simple Energy, Bounce, among others. But today the question is, why are electric two-wheelers suddenly catching fire? Without getting too technical and boring, let me explain a few things. A lithium-ion battery looks something like this. A lot of these batteries put together make an entire battery pack. Now they are stacked together like the way eggs are stacked on a tray. I'm sure you've seen the way eggs are neatly stacked on a tray. They are not touching each other, they run parallel to each other, and it makes a neat design. That's exactly the way these batteries are stacked inside battery pack. Usually it is the 18650 lithium-ion cell which makes up an electric scooter's battery pack. It has a dimension of 18 mm by 65 mm and is cylindrical in shape. Each of this cell in a battery pack generates an electric potential of 3.6 volts, which is nominal, and having a capacity about 2.6 amp hours. Battery cells are operated from 3.0 volts, that is 0% charge, up to 4.2 volts, that is 100% charge. Individual cells in the battery pack are connected in series end-to-end, which sums their voltage. This is how it is possible to have scooters with 36 volts, 48 volts, 52 volts, 60 volts, or even larger battery packs. These individual strands, many batteries in series, are then connected in parallel to increase output current. So why do lithium-ion batteries catch fire? Reasons could be because of production quality, the quality of the battery management system of the cells. A battery management system, or BMS, is an intelligent component of a battery pack responsible for advanced monitoring and management. It is the brain behind the battery and plays a critical role in its levels of safety, performance, charge rates, and longevity. If it is a detachable battery, the proper connecting of the battery is also important. The charger selection is equally important. In order to keep the cost low, several vendors use low-quality chargers. Proper insulating of the battery is also important. Proper FRP sheets need to be put between two battery packs. First and foremost, switch off the MCB or the miniature circuit breaker and then detach and attach the battery for charging. Whenever you place the battery pack into its slot, please make sure you snap the connector tight into its place. A loose connection can cause sparks. Never charge your battery inside your house or office. Keep it outside in a veranda where there is a lot of ventilation. Make sure it is done in shade and in open space so that the charger and the battery do not get hot. Also, do not run these electric two-wheelers in deep water. Water can enter the battery and even the controller. Never keep your electric two-wheeler or your battery for charging at the entrance of your house. In case it catches fire or explodes, you need to escape. I remember some time back I had bought a brand new Redmi mobile phone and it accidentally fell while it was being charged. It fell on my wooden floor and burst into flames. The flame was intense. If I had poured water on it to douse the fire, I would have spoiled my entire wooden floor, my computer, and several other expensive gadgets on my table. If the fire continued, it would have eaten up my floor and spread rapidly. That's where I missed a fire extinguisher badly. Somehow I managed to douse the fire, but by then it had damaged a bit of my floor and the phone was literally reduced to ashes. I searched the net and got hold of two powder-based fire extinguishers from Apex. I bought a 2 kg one as well as a 4 kg one. The former cost me rupees 1100 and the latter rupees 1500. Now this is a sensible thing that one can keep in the house for controlling fire from spreading wild. Typically, if the pressure gauge shows it's in the green or a bit beyond it, it means it has got the right pressure. Once you use the powder during fire, you need to refill the powder again. If the fire extinguishers are not used for a year or so, the pressure drops and the cylinder needs to be filled in again for a few hundred rupees. Rest assured, these will come handy in case of fire. I also recommend that you buy a fire blanket. Whenever there is a fire of any kind, you can at least put the blanket on it and try dousing the fire. It costs a few hundred rupees. Once this blanket is used, you cannot reuse it and it has to be disposed of. Also, in order to use this blanket, you need to wear the gloves provided by the makers of this blanket. Water, of course, is the best way to douse EV fires. But for that to happen, you need tons of gallons of water. Sometimes that is not easy to come. And for all those people who have electric two-wheelers and who intend charging their batteries in their homes and offices, I have only one recommendation. Please do buy a fire extinguisher and, if possible, a fire blanket too. Property is precious and so is your life. Hope you have liked this video from Motown India. If you have, do not forget to give us the thumbs up. And if you have not subscribed to the Motown India channel, please do so now.